You know, it's August 14th, coming into August 14th. And was just standing here and I just realized something. As I'm standing here in New York, I'm a New Yorker. Third generation New Yorker, yo. I'm a third generation New Yorker. My kids, fourth generation. My great grandmother came here to New York from Columbus, North Carolina, or South Carolina. I never remember which one. It's Columbus or Columbia. Columbia or Columbus. North Carolina or South Carolina. And, I remember my great grandmother, Lula, who was the mother of my grandmother. She had 8 kids. My grandmother was the oldest. Doris, the OG, who made all the money, was the youngest. And the rest of them was in between. Uncle Tony, who did 25 to life for being convicted for putting a hit on his third wife because he didn't want to pay the alimony and child support, and he wanted that insurance, life insurance, $300,000 she had, and he sure did get it. And then he sent the kids back that he had adopted, her 2 kids, Michael and Malcolm. They had a blended family. His kids plus her kids. Uncle Tony did a lot of good things, I ain't gonna lie. One thing I know about my Uncle Tony, he couldn't stand to be around ghetto people, and he never handed out money to nobody. I knew my Uncle Tony before any of his kids did. I knew Uncle Tony when I was like, 10 years old, 8 years old, 7 years old. I knew my Uncle Tony. And all those years that I knew him, and at that time, none of his kids were grown, or I don't even think any of them was born. Because I think I'm older than all his kids, but maybe not. Regardless. Tony never handed out money, my Uncle Tony. He was a big baller up in Detroit, but he handed out gifts. He would come and give out gifts, take you nice places, whatever, pay for everything, but never handed out money. Ever. And he would never go someplace to somebody's hood rat fucking neighborhood like the hood. Tony hated the hood. He didn't even want to be around his own family and us in the hood. He loved us, but I could tell he didn't want to be in the hood. He couldn't stand it. He would come to get his mother, Grandma Lula, take on cruise and stuff like that, or things like that, or take us out and give gifts. He gave me a tape recorder once, and he had me do tutoring of his adopted son. It was Michael and Malcolm. Malcolm was the young one. I did tutoring on him because he needed help with reading comprehension. And I helped him very well. And Tony paid me. I was staying at his house. He had a great big house back then. It was 2 stories plus a basement, brick. And the basement had a very crazy room in there at the bottom of the basement. It looked like a sex room. It had paint on the walls with sexual stuff and needles. It was very weird. But the rest of the house was the bomb. He wound up moving from there when he had his 4th wife, and she wound up going to jail as well. She had daycare centers. She owned her own business. Uncle Tony was a lawyer. He was a law professor. When they came to get him, after 20 years after his wife was murdered, they came and got him at the college where he was a law professor. He was getting ready to go do a class, and they put the handcuffs on him and said, "No, you're not." Took him to jail. He died in jail, 25 to life. And the guy who he paid to do the hit, somehow they had 2 separate trials, which was he thought it would be good, but it wasn't. The guy got found not guilty, and Uncle Tony got found guilty. Uncle Tony was found guilty of paying him to kill Sharon, to kill his wife Sharon, but the guy was found not guilty of killing Sharon. Crazy, wild shit. But anyway, so, hey, I don't mind leaving because, this is not even New York no more. You know what I'm saying? I look at, because I'm trained as a journalist, I look at the news. How they used to try to report the news more accurately and give more details about crimes and shit. Now they only give a lot of details about crimes against rich people or the cops. Everything else is a Queens man, a Bronx man, a so-and-so man. And then they have these names that are clearly foreign. Clearly, and you see them and you say, yo, you don't look like you're an anchor baby or whatever. You look like you came across the border or you TPS or, asylum seeker, the asylum con. There's a lot of cons going on. They like to say black people and Americans, and my thing is, everything is being handed out to foreigners, calling them the new Americans, while they're breaking laws every which way, and it's not being talked about. And even when they break laws and their own people speak up, it's hushed up. Just like when the trans people say that, hey, These surgeries, I regret it. It hurt my body terribly, and they speak up about their own personal health issues. People try to silence them. This is America. We have freedom of speech, the right to self-defense. Anybody who has common sense, I don't care if you blind, no. If you black, white, Spanish, African, Asian, Russian, Eastern European, from Latin America, Latino, wherever, Canadian, wherever. If you're legal or illegal, if you are Muslim, Christian, Catholic, not the atheists, I don't fuck with them. Something's wrong with them. And you don't believe nothing? All the Jews, so then you're an agent of chaos if you don't believe in nothing. That's what I think. So anyway, subversive. But anyway, and I believe in God, Allah, and I believe in the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, and I believe in the prophets. Jesus, Muhammad, Moses, Abraham, and there's probably quite a few I missed, Buddha. I respect all religions, but I don't aspire to religion. See, y'all said we could change whatever we want. Transgenders, you can change. Look, like Dylan Mulvaney, didn't he change from gay to lesbian to transgender, or gay to whatever, to gay to something to transgender, and now he said he's a lesbian who wants to something, I don't know, have a child. It's a whole thing going on with him. He just from week to week or whatever, however he feels when he gets up in the morning. I'm a man today, I'm a girl tomorrow, I'm whatever. I'm a lesbian, I'm a bisexual. Like, it's crazy. And so guess what? I think I decided I don't really want to be associated with any of y'all. And so after my car accident, I was hit by a car 2 years ago, I realized something. When I got up from that car accident, I was no longer human. That's right. That's right. I'm spiritual, I'm universal. That's what I am. I identify as spiritual and universal. Yes, that's right. I'm here, to do spiritual guidance, to be a spiritual guide with a little bit of experience, strength, and hope that I have, a little bit of knowledge I have, thanks to God given. Anything I've done is from God giving me talent and protecting me, because ain't nobody else protect me. Mom, family, friends, husbands, exes, neighbors, or cops, or the law, or the courts. Did I miss anybody? But I protect myself, because I learned on 160. Corrupt Cop Maxwell on 160. Remember family when I used to disappear and whatever, y'all didn't know I was on 160. Gil knew, ask him. I was on 160, and other blocks over there was the biggest drug block in the city where all the weight came in, and 165 too. But anyway, Barbara used to do quite a bit of business down by where she lived. 611 West 141st Street. Remember Barbara? Barbara 4A? Huge apartment you had before they broke that building down and made the apartment smaller. Sad. She had 4 bedrooms and a big bath. But anyway, you did a lot of buying of stuff over there, right, Barbara? Recreational products. Didn't they say you was chasing a dragon and like a garbage head or something? Gil was a garbage head too. Y'all, I know what I noticed? Y'all spend a lot of time trying to down me, but always asking me for help and assistance, then trying to down me. It's a very manipulative thing y'all do. Narcissistic. You should look it up, because y'all all been doing that. But now it's time for me to breeze out. But before I do, I have questions for all of you. And those who run, I'm not chasing you. I'll just talk about everything I know about you, all the houses and secrets and lies y'all tried to have me keep for y'all for over 40 years, 30 years, 20 years, here and there. Tell about Gil's family, Santos family, Carmen, what I know about Carmen abusing Angela, about Siobhan letting her go back, Doris with her living with the gay madam and all of that stuff while she was a lesbian prostitute, and that's why she don't know who Barry's father is, and I had to help raise him for the first 6 years because Barbara, Mommy, and all the rest of y'all were partying, and Aunt Dot was gone. Y'all were partying, remember? I knew, because I was the babysitter. I'll talk to y'all later, don't worry. If you run, you can run, but you won't be able to run from me revealing everything that y'all did to me and that I had to suffer through with y'all while y'all did nothing for me or my kids. So, everybody out there, hey, I say to everybody, include my family, no problem, it's fine, you're right, maybe you're right, maybe I was wrong. And I'll leave. Kind of like saying that. I like saying that so much. Oh.